We'll have to see. I mean,
well,
oh, Caitlyn, of course. It's a very understandable ban, of course. I said of course too many times. Caitlyn there is a very strong ADR in terms of being a or rather a sieger as well as a really nice,
safe lane
safe lane as well as
dominance.
team fight champion.
That's true. And that leaves the Echo open here. Trundle actually being banned right here. Even Kindred. Graves is actually open for duel just in case na gusto pa rin nila i-pursue to. Gragas. Okay, sakto magkasabi ng Gragas. Gragas is actually open because it's actually flexible. Wargods sa Liga Pilipinas does play Gragas top.
Lane.
Top, and they can actually move that into the jungle if they feel like that's.
Are they gonna be ballsy enough to do this?
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm not quite sure.
I wanted to see it though.
Yeah, same here actually. But they decided to settle for the Lucian instead. Still the Lucian, but then Gragas, of course, one of the siguro comfort picks nila in terms of distributing the power threats. Kanina si Duel ay
Duel, he was
Maokai, right?
Maokai,
He was Maokai. So, still the utility type, he's quite comfortable naman with it. It actually synergizes well because Hayes, hi. Actually, Duel, at some point, naging number 1 siya, no? Sa Challenger, or is he still number 1? Yeah, okay, right.
I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure.
anymore.
Basta, at some point,
It's
naging number 1
so
siya.
volatile.
Well, if you look at it naman sa lineup ng Wargods sa Liga Pilipinas, these key players here are batak na batak sa Challenger queue. So, these are really, really top solo queue players. So, this is one of those examples where how does solo queue transition well to competitive play? If you think about
basically
it.
to team play as well.
Yeah, to team play as well. So, LLP is their first time here in the competitive scene talaga yung solid. And I mean, not yung parang tournaments batak na batak sila, but I mean is yung parang stream tournament na like MPGL and
very
PGS.
high tier champions kasi high tier teams kasi in tournaments you can go against moderate, easy or
like parang
very
mga
difficult.
siguro C to B tier teams. Yun yung mga kalaban mo.
Yeah,
Ngayon
exactly.
kasi the best of the best yung kinakalaban mo dito. Meanwhile, Maokai is still open if you think about it. Karma works well with a Maokai in terms of, engaging because you do the movement speed boost for everybody. If you don't pick a Sivir in your team, if ever yun yung and it's also a safe pick in the mid lane. You have the complete CCs for yourself, but looks like Wargods sa Liga Pilipinas does not.
Oh, brand.
Yes, they actually play this at the Pro Gaming Series. Just as I've mentioned, they do play the brand, so it's all parang ilatag na lahat ng mga parang potential best picks natin for Wargods sa Liga Pilipinas. It's our game too. A lot is on the line actually for this game.
So is this gonna go to Hayes or Kush? Because you said that it was a brand support, right?
Yeah, Kush. Let's see though. They can actually play this mid, but it actually it's like low mobility na naman siya. So very very vulnerable siya sa poke, sa ganks most likely. So baka ilagay siya sa support. Works well naman din with the early game damage with Lucian sa bot lane if ever they do pair up nga dito sa baba.
But this is an Ezreal gonna go onto that ADR position, so they have to at least hit their skill shots for that to happen. And Ezreal's a very slippery champion, if I do say so myself. And I think the only counter, or rather the solution to a very immobile mid laner is that you just have to put proper wards and position yourself, have enough information of where the ganker will come from, where this jungler will be, coming outside from blue side or from red side.
Hot damn, look at that. That's Hechizo playing on one of his best champions.
Oh,
he's going on the Lee Sin. Remember, guys, this Hechizo Lee Sin was the game that defeated Mineski at our week 1 in the MPGL.
Yeah, I still remember that.
Exactly, and I don't think he has brought it up recently. Ngayon na naman ulit siya nakikita kasi his favorites as of this moment are like the Nidalee pick, the Elise pick, but right now he's bringing back the blind man in the rift.
The blind monk.
In
the rift.
Fine. Correction.
So it's again, I really like Hechizo's Lee Sin. Aside from it being, of course, like an early game jungler, it does require a certain amount of aggression for you to use it properly, and Hechizo fits that bill perfectly. So we'll have to see that one. And now Wargods have to decide their last heck and will it be?
Is it really? Is it really gonna be a Yasuo pick? Oh my god, I haven't seen this samurai in a long time if you think about it, because everybody is all of the what do you call this, the mage.
Yeah,
everybody's crazy about that. Everybody's crazy about the Zed. But if you think about it, it is a mini substitute for the Braum with an anti-siege wind
plus,
wall.
When you go against mages, Yasuo was a really good counter, especially when you can, multiple dash with your E. That's a really nice tactic there. But of course, it's going to be Lissandra. He does have the Ring of Frost to counter the dash in of the Yasuo. But again, he does have a shield to at least mitigate, the damage. And then when he comes out of the root, actually use the Steel Tempest to poke at the Lissandra. We'll have to see how Hayes plays this matchup in the mid lane. And of course, aside from the mobility of the Yasuo, you said already, he's a stationary Braum, basically. So he can place a wind wall to counter a possible Sonic Wave Resonating Strike coming in from Hedgehog, minimizing the gap close of these Lee Sin.
Yes, and it also denies the poke for a short while coming in from the Karma
and
the Ezreal. So this is actually one of their favorite. They have the potential. They have poke. Infuse also has the potential to tower dive if they desire so. So I can imagine them contesting kung kanina poke plus sustain, sila most likely poke, then overwhelm them with a tower dive and make Wargods sa Liga Pilipinas choose to whether concede the tower and move on to the next tier or try to fight it out and try to survive.
Yeah, but this is kind of awkward. I mean, the composition of Wargods is kind of awkward to an extent because, like, when you use the explosive cast and you use the pyroclasm of the brand, it doesn't make for a good combo because you split up the entire team.
Yeah.
And then the pyroclasm does not hit, Yeah, doesn't bounce like you want it to.
Yeah, well, I can imagine that maybe they created this Gragas to actually try to put Hayes in a very good position in terms of transitioning over to the
last breath.
Yeah, to the last breath and to the mid phase of the game.
Yeah, okay.
So for Brand to work, maybe this is like kunwari for the early game phase na pressure, and then for zoning as well in terms of protecting objectives or contesting objectives.
True. So we'll have to see how Wargods Liga will use their composition right now. They did have the Maokai a while ago, but it was on that jungle side. Duel did get a lot of kills early on, but it didn't transition into that Maokai being a true frontline as well as a true a pick-off champion for the side of Infuse or an initiate champion with that Twisted Advance. I mean, he got really good Twisted Advance in the early game, but it kind of, diminished mid-game into late game. They were looking for initiates. It was in the hands of either Burn or Duel, and they weren't able to do that, and they got, steamrolled by Infused eSports.
Infused. That's not considering the fact that they did get all the 3 dragons in their hands. I mean, Maokai is that kind of champion that definitely needs a support in terms of trying to engage, because if you think about it, JRM, he's mechanically skilled. I can imagine him doing an arcane shift mid-air during the Twisted Advance and putting Maokai in a very bad spot. If you look at all the Infused champions, they're very, very slippery. And I think Maokai may have a hard time in terms of, trying to start something. That's why sobrang uso before ng Shiver Maokai or maybe Karma Maokai or something that could actually help Maokai set up. Kasi it's really difficult for these poke type champions that can easily distance themselves away when the Maokai comes. For Maokai to actually parang work in these types of slippery champions, you will need that 20-minute mark home guard flank. Kasi if you go through the front line, it's not gonna work. They're gonna spot you out. You're just gonna RE from the Karma and back away for the disengage. That's why it's gonna be difficult for Maokai earlier if they don't ward properly and look at other options for flanking. Kasi most likely Infuse is just gonna do the same tactic except that with a different style, which is to dive them because they have the Echo, they have Hechizo in their hands, and they have ZXC to lock everybody down in under turret. and there's the shield for the immediate disengage. That's why I'm really excited to see how this meshes well in terms of, these team dynamics and how they interact with each other.
Alright, so guys, without further ado, let's get into the Summer's Rift. It's now Game 2 in this best of 2 series between Infuzed eSports and Wargods.LLP. So in the top lane, it's going to be Gertrude with the Echo. In the jungle, Hedgehog will be our Lee Sin. In the mid lane, ZXC will be the Lissandra. In the bottom lane duo will be GRM with the Ezreal, and a kill will be on the Karma.
Yes, and on the red side, we have Wargods La Liga Pilipinas. In the top lane, we have Burn with the Maokai. In the jungle, we have Dua with the Gragas. In the mid lane, we have Haze with the Yasuo. And for the bottom lane duo, we have Hai with the Lucian. And for the support, we have Kush on the Brand.
My triumph is inevitable.
Okay, Haze there.
They're having a performance.
Yeah, they're playing the flute.
Reminds me of a... Never mind.
Close your
This song seems familiar.
surrender.
Might be, who died again from Yasuo's side on the lore?
I consider friendship
Brother. I don't know. I can't
No, not
remember
his brother.
anymore.
I don't think it is his brother.
Man, I think you're mixing Yasuo with another game.
Maybe.
May 24, guys.
Yes. Rise from the rest.
Huli ka.
So, meanwhile, it's gonna be a standard start. No one's gonna invade like some parang PGS dun sa AX versus Infused where level 5 nagkaroon ng level 5 dun sa my red side jungle at the top.
Oh my
That was pretty amusing to watch actually. But then again, back to the game right now. It's been a while since we've seen Yasuo. Easy lang. Hasario.
Yeah, Juice ko.
Yes, please. Good times.
Was that the first song you ever made for League of Legends?
Yes,
I
that
see.
is true.
Alright.
And I made it while I was in line for my commute shuttle papuntang BGC. There's a very long line. You can tell.
Yeah, because it's a very long song.
Yeah, it's actually just until the chorus. But yeah.
Alright, so here right now, it's just going to actually be both junglers gonna start on their red. Or wait, looks like it was going to be the red side. Actually, blue side pala. My bad.
Both of them.
Yeah, so they're
started
gonna
with
add
blue.
on their red side.
Yeah. They actually assumed na nagsimula si Lee Sin sa red side. That's why they are super on guard dito sa Tri Brush here in the bot lane and then the river side. But actually sakto, no? If ever Lee Sin tries to do a gank here.
Wow, you don't see a scuttler getting pushed into the dragon pit too often.
Nice one. Duel. So just as we've been mentioning earlier, early game is definitely for War. They're really good at. Okay, never mind.
Speaking of early game ganks, here it comes. ZXC gonna be able to glacial path over the wall here there. With some nice fancy footwork, gonna be able to at least dodge the harass of Kush and even goes for the fade away Q there. In the top lane, Burn taking quite a bit of damage here from Gertrude. This Echo, the boy who shattered time, just putting the hurt onto the twisted tree.
Yeah, and if you think about it, it's like another classic Maokai and Echo matchup. Surprisingly, not being banned away. They just took it na lang and based their bans onto the previous.
I think the much more classic matchup was the
Fiora and Poppy?
No, against Maokai, Sion.
Oh, Burn.
They should really bring him back. But in the top lane, it's going to be Duo with a very fast gank, but the parallel convergence does put him out of place. Force the flash. There's ZXC gonna go in and even gets a double kill onto the two members of Wargods Liga. What a very good start there for the side of Infused. That's going to be a double red buff, or double buff rather, sorry, for the side of Infused.
Hot damn, ZXC doing the moves, making the grooves here in the mid lane on towards the top.
And he doesn't even have to use a skill to harass Haze now. Only auto attacks is fine. The burn from that red buff will suffice.
Yeah, good start for ZXC here. Even getting the level advantage onto the lane. And the double off. That's gonna
it's gonna wreck Duel.
wreck Duel in his jungle clear. He's a Gragas with sustain, but then again it's gonna be much slower compared to, having those double buffs for himself. Great communication coming in from Infused. Plus the trust. They managed to get these two champions very, very low. Burn Duel really suffered from that. I don't think that was definitely not what they wanted.
Obviously. Now, it's going to be the Air Elemental Dragon here. Gonna be spawning, or actually is already there, rather. In the top lane. 2 assists for Gertrude, and he's gonna get himself a Dark Seal with the Doran's Ring.
Yeah, that's a great...
Look at the damage coming in from Burn there.
Yep, great start. I guess it's the Dark Seal's doing right there. As it's pretty cheap if you think of a good starter item, I guess, for your second back. And if you think about it, I'd put the Air Dragon on Wargods.LLP Pilipinas. Firstly, it's because they don't have the double TP just like Infused has. So they're forced to like walk and try to respond quickly as they can.
Wow, look at the damage onto a kill. There's the dynamite damage coming out of Kush, and JRM a little bit too overextended there, though has his arcane shift to be able to reposition himself as high as well as Kush are on the other edge of this bottom lane. But here comes the ultimate coming in from Ziggs. He gets the slow onto high here. Flash and heal being expended already, and he is 1 hit away from dying. There's a fade away arcane shot there coming in from the side, or mystic shot rather, coming in from JRM, while in the top lane is going to be Burn going against Gertrude. Uses the Chrono Break there, but doesn't get the shield coming in from that Pyral Convergence. One more auto attack might be the finalizing kill there onto Burn, but it will not happen. Gertrude not gonna flash over him or flash towards him, and that's just going to be the bottom lane Kush going down for the side of Wargods.LLP.
Damn, son, I really think they could have gotten a double kill in the bot lane if ever.
There's the, okay, thought it was gonna be the shield there. It might be Gertrude going down, but he flashes over the arcane smash there from Burn and gets the kill. Nice use of the flash there.
Yeah, miscalculated by the Maokai, considering the fact that you're already like probably 0-1 at the start of the game.
Yeah.
That you add 2 stacks already onto the Dark Seal of the Echo.
It would have been really nice if Gertrude there didn't have enough HP, and then
the sapling just finished off the kill for the revenge.
That would be the best.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. So Akil doing the roams here just to clear out the wards and have more control over this Riverside, because that's going to be a really juicy objective on the side of Wargods.LLP Pilipinas, just to try and make up for the fact that they don't have double TP. The response that they're going to get is the manual walking towards the lane and anticipating where Infuse is going to make and take advantage of their double TP calls for the numbers advantage.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to see though, since this Yasuo is not contested in the mid lane. Yes, there's a 2-kill lead here for ZXC, but that was kills on the side lanes, and while, you know, Infuse are having the time of their lives in the side lanes, at least Hayes is getting himself some farm on that mid lane. Look at that. He has around a 14 CS advantage. Gonna get that static shield very early, looks like, from the looks of it.
yeah, it's going to be just settled on his lane, but look at the priorities here from Infused. They want this Rift Herald for themselves, so that's why they have so much control.
Look at the damage coming out of Gertrude. Even gets himself the Time Winder, full duration, you know, onto Burn. Kush there, not having the time of his life in the bottom lane. He is getting outpoked by this this Karma.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the Q, but he has to you know, combo it with another of his skill to at least get the stun and make it, you know, much more impactful. There's going to be the catch onto Burn there, and will they follow through, as Duel is in the sidelines with the red buff right now, so he has, you know, somewhat of a skirmishing potential with the Burn.
And if you think about it, then sa bot lane, if ever the Brand actually tries to hit, there's the shield from the Karma just to try to dodge everything out, but looks like...
Get the knock up. Yes, he does. Uses the last breath. There's the combo, but there's enough time for ZXC to use the ultimate. Ultimate being used by Duel there to push away Gertrude, but I think the timing was a bit off right now, and Duel gonna go down to Gertrude as Hayes is on the retreat. There's the saving grace coming in from Burn with a twisted advance, but the damage has been done. Duel has gone down as Wargods.LLP there, a bit too greedy, and a kick from Hatchisaw gets themselves a double kill. Top lane and jungler going down. That's gonna open up somewhat of a objective for the side of Infused, but while in the bottom lane, it's actually a kill going down, but High went down himself.
Wow, that was so early for the explosive cast coming in from Duel. He tried to anticipate the teleport, but it didn't work out so well for them. And the mere fact that the die was quite awkward. I mean, I'm not quite sure why they tried to preserve the cask Because normally the combo that you want to do is, okay, Yasuo goes in, you after nagland na si ZXC, the body slam hits, then you cast so she's farther away. But the difficult part of is, even though nagkabit man yung combo na yun, you don't have enough damage, and there is a glacial path for the escape for the Lissandra.
Yep.
So it would have worked better if they tried to probably bait out the glacial path first, because even though the glacial path is not available, there's still the flash in. And the mere fact that they really use a lot of resources, and the red buff again went to Infuse on Gertrude actually. So that's a free CC, free true damage. There's a chase.
He's a bit aggressive there. Takes quite a bit of damage there from CXC, and CXC not gonna follow through. He has a Rod of Ages to the stack shift here of Haze, but not gonna pursue the damage onto Haze that he actually did, which was a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Going back again. Gertrude actually having the red buff. That's why they managed to eliminate Burn. It really helped out slow down. If ever hindi naman tumama yung mga parallel conversions for the stun to hold down Burn, it was just eating all the other attacks because of the slow and the true damage coming in from the red buff. So everything was working really well in favor for Infuse. It's like a chain. Okay, hold that thought.
Here comes the gank into the bottom lane. Look at the damage onto High. He's not going to be able to get away. There's the one punch man coming in from Hatchesall, and JRM is on a rampage. 4-0-1 for this Ezreal, as it looks to be catastrophic for the side of Wargods. There was, I believe, no vision there.
Yeah,
for the side of Wargods, they didn't see what happened.
There's no vision. Very, very vulnerable. But then then I keep mentioning earlier that, okay, Wargods definitely gonna get this early game for themselves, because that's their strength here, and they do have the Gragas naman to actually make it work. First Dragon goes to Infuse, but then look at that, right off the bat, Infuse taking everything right now in the map. Infuse spots this, and Rift Herald actually being buffed just so that it's so difficult to take him down. Okay, let's see.
No teleport there for ZXC, so this 1v3 might not be possible. Look at the damage there onto Duel though, but in the bottom lane, High gonna be in the 1v1 situation against ZXC, gets tallered by that Ice Shard, and look at this Hatchesall, gonna be able to at least accompany his top laner right now. There's Haze, gonna get the knockup with a Steel Tempest, but here are the members of Infuse for the respawn right now, and Burn is trying to run away for his life, but the tower dive is too damn real. There's the fadeaway shot from the tower, gonna get the last hit onto Gertrude there, but they stop the Rift Herald, and Infuse right now looking to get the top tier 1 as well as that Rift Herald objective.
First buff going on to first Dragon, and that is the movement speed. So immediately making use of it and just responding to the fight that actually started dun sa Rift Herald, and JRM and actually everybody else managed to follow through except for the Lissandra, because she was busy
in the bottom lane killing
High. There did not really expect that, and tingnan mo, hindi pa nga tapos yung kanyang Essence Reaver, so he's gonna have a difficult time, lalo na kung wala siyang QSS. ZX is just gonna easily kill this mid-range champion, itong si Lucian. Just go for the Glacial Path, Frozen Tomb this guy, and then just burst him down, because that's where she shines. Morello Nomican almost complete for the Lissandra. Even Roa complete already. Gertrude!
Gertrude gets the stun onto High there, uses the Time Winder for the slow. No, even gets himself the ultimate there. That's going to be an assist for the Ezreal. And Kush just gonna say his prayers for his dead comrade in the bottom lane.
Oh my god, look at the synergy between everybody from Infused. I'm actually very, very impressed. Their communication, their fast shot calling, and which lane is most vulnerable as of this point. It's just chaining so perfectly for Infused. And look at that, even leaving Rift Herald open. And let's see though kung kanino mapupunta. And then this Yasuo pick isn't really working. I mean, it's gonna be a slow game for him right now, especially that Infused is just creeping towards the territory. Okay.
Speaking of creeping, there's Infused going in onto the red side jungle of Wargods.LLP here. A kill very low in HP, gonna go down, but over on the Dragon Pit, or rather the Baron Pit, it's gonna be the free hit for JRM. There's the ultimate there from Burn, gets a kill, double kill for this Ezreal, and it's now gonna be only Haze in the mid lane to retreat, as in the bottom lane, it's going to be high pasted here, as he still looks to get his first item, bought already.
We've been saying matagal na parang it's the, what do you call this? Yasuo is like a high risk, high reward kind of champion. And if he doesn't really transition to the mid game well, he's gonna really have a hard time because of farming and trying to actually rack up the items that he needs for him to actually spike. And if you look at it right now, yun nga, he's not really contributing as of this point. He tried to sa early phase of the game. It's just so difficult to try to burst these really malikot or really slippery type of champions.
Plus, if he tried to burst them down, there is a Chrono Break, a Frozen Tomb, a Lee Sin Kick, as well as the shield coming in from a kill. That's a very tall task when you only have a pickaxe and static shiv in your arsenal to actually, amp up the damage from your Steel Tempest as well as your Last Breath.
Exactly, and these champions from Infused can easily walk away from, this Samurai, and right now he's lacking the items to actually try to burst someone down. And if you look at it, sobrang in the lead na itong Infused, and they're doing the map control. Look at that map control. That's amazing. They're putting all these vision deep into the jungle of the Liga Pilipinas.
JRM not even blinking or battering an eye as he actually arcane shifts in to get even more harass onto high there.
Look at that. He has his 2-item power spike already. One of the gauntlets already for the poke, and try and disengage just in case he gets into trouble for kiting as well. So he's very, very brave as of this moment.
Well, speaking of brave, Burn here in the top lane gonna be courageous enough to go against Gertrude, but Gertrude not gonna be, battering an eyelash there as the explosive cast in the mid lane actually connecting and pushing away. Where's what is happening right now? Haze is actually gonna get stripped away, and the High Noon Yasuo here gonna take quite a bit of damage there to round half HP. He's gonna try to run away.
Yes, and they did run away successfully. What is that flash for the slow? Does he have a red buff? He does have the gauntlets just in case the mystic shot actually connects.
In the bottom lane though.
Infused, super busy.
Knocking on Heaven's Door here. Duel tries to go in, but the dashes from the side of Infused gonna be able to put them out of harm's way, though there was not an ultimate up for Duel as he actually uses it in the mid lane to push away a kill.
If you think about it, Infused is more of the skirmishing type. Wargods of Liga Pilipinas spells, because of their AoE damage and the skills, the ultimate skills that they have work well on AoE, on cramped spaces, so that they'll be able to maximize their skills more.
Yeah.
It spells team fight for me, actually, if you think about it. But they're not getting all these team fights because Infused is just splitting them all up and putting pressure on all these lanes and having map control.
I've seen Wargods use as a Sejuani. Would have it been better in the situation wherein, again, you said they need cramped up spaces, but then Infused are not going to take that bait. Can it be that, Wargods make their own cramped space and then the damage onto high there is just kind of ridiculous? Again, back to what I was saying, having the Glacial Person and then comboing it with the Pyroclasm, and as well, setting up a knock-up space there, or multiple knock-up space from Haze might have been better for the side of Wargods. But of course, Gragas is a better, sustainable jungler in that lane, as Sejuani is not the same.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same. He might be able to look at that cute little mouth, meow Kai. Sejuani, yes, great at team fights, but the transitioning from escaping the early game is really difficult for a Sejuani compared to the Gragas. So this is understandable. Meanwhile, we're gonna see Infused here.
Gonna go against Burn there, but of course the tree is sturdier than the boy. But here in the top lane, Duel gonna go in. There's the parallel convergence with the stun. Misses the explosive cast there though. But here comes the re-engage coming from the side of ZXC. It uses the ultimate onto Duel there in the sidelines. JRM as well as Gertrude. They have a 2 buff from the air elemental, and their movement speed is just too damn crazy. Kush there tries to go and give some support there for Burn, but he will just go down. Yes, to a kill. And ZXC not even stopping right now, and Hedges in the backline with the ultimate, just slapping, punching, you know, breaking the bones of High Air in the top lane. And that's going to be only Haze alive. Can he defend this with a wind wall? Answer to that is no, as the glacial path actually bypassing the wind wall. The follow-up Ring of Frost was just too much, and the members of Infused were ready and waiting to get the kill onto the mid laner of Wargods.LLP. Now the inhibitor will go down, and will Infused look to get more objectives, as there's still members down for the side of Wargods.LLP here. No, it looks like they're just gonna smartly back off and set up even more control elsewhere aside from this top lane.
What a game from Infused. Coming in from game 1, they do have the momentum. They carried it onto the early game, not giving Wargods.LLP Pilipinas to breathe at all in this game. It's just one after another. They're taking everything off the map. No resources for La Liga, for Wargods.LLP Pilipinas to actually take para makapagbawi. They cannot take them head on, definitely. Sobrang huli na sila sa items. 21-3 on the scoreboard. Gold lead. Just definitely. Okay, Gertrude looking for a fight here.
Looking for the fight, and it looks like he just will win it. Hi, the BM is real. They even let him use the full duration of the culling.
Culling, yeah. And right now, it's Wargods.LLP Pilipinas really has to parang think about this game, kasi the lead is just too huge.
13,000.
Yeah, 13,000 from Infused, and I'm not quite sure what the plan was for the Yasuo pick. I guess I mean, I haven't heard news about Yasuo for the 6.9 patch. If you think about it, he spikes really slow, and a lot of champions right now
can counter him.
Yeah, can counter him as of this point. And maybe because there are better picks, or maybe Haze is very, very confident or comfortable with this Yasuo. Considering the fact that, okay, hold that thought. Considering the fact that Wargods.LLP Pilipinas has their own style and personality sa drafting phase. I mean, if you think about it, Wargods is the only team that uses a Gragasop at the moment.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that uses the brand support at the moment. So, maraming picks from Wargods is like it's their own style. It's just figuring it out and how it's gonna work here for the 6.9 and how it's gonna really. Okay, well,
explosive cast. DXC gets caught out, and the ultimate actually saves his life right now as Haze is caught out right there. But it's going to be the chrono out coming in from the side of Gertrude. Will Infused try to look in for this as the members of Wargods.LLP are on their base, and they cannot get caught by the side of Infused there. That was a nice explosive cast there, but ZXC, very, very durable. You saw that he actually had even time to use his ultimate, and possibly a Zonius if ever it got too messy, or even much more messier.
One thing pa, parang if you Infused definitely has an identity. They really like this poke. They really like this siege. They really like to play around objectives. So one thing that can help you out during these times where they wanna try to contest an objective, like stand strong and probably do a tower dive, is good wave clear. And I don't think Wargods.LLP Pilipinas has that, you know, good amount of wave clear to try and delay Infused whenever they try to contest objectives sa towers. Yun yung ibig kong sabihin. But right now, it's just very, very overwhelming. Baron is actually open for the taking because they're pretty much busy, you know, clearing down the waves. They only have the brand for the wave clear, if you think about it. Gertrude, very, very brave.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be defensive at all. Has actually a Magi Soul Stealer in his arsenal. And if you look at the items of Hachizo there, Yanmu's Ghostblade, and possibly a follow-up Black Cleaver there, though. They get the catch on the kill, but that's only the support if they... Not gonna get the kill there, though. In the backline, look at that. Not even a second goes by, and Hachizo gets a full combo onto Kush, getting the kill onto him. Both supports are down right now, and Hachizo is very low in HP. Haze looks to go in for the re-kill right now. Will he get the Steel Tempest kill? No. JRM stopping in his tracks, and JRM right now is just having a field day. 10-0-7 for this Ezreal, and ZXC, you know, Duel gonna stop already in his tracks. He knows it's over for him, and he's just gonna back off. Will Burn be the last man standing here for the side of Wargods.LLP as Infuzed eSports looks to break down this Nexus as well as the turrets. Hirsch very low in HP. Misses the Mystic shot there. But unless there's a miracle gonna come out of Kush's brand, it's gonna be Infuzed eSports getting themselves a 2-0 in this best of 2 series.
Grabe. Look at that.
Well played.
Infused, flawless from early, mid to right now.